happiness, the greatest gift that I possess. I thank the Lord.
One of the very first sights visitors to Liverpool see when they arrive at Lime Street railway station is a statue of Ken Dodd greeting them, complete with tickling stick. Along with the Beatles, Ken Dodd is the embodiment of the Liverpool spirit. For over 60 years, Ken has been on a never-ending tour of music halls, theatres, radio and television stations, bringing his unique brand of humour to exercise the chuckle muscles of the people of the UK. At age 88, he is currently on a tour that will see him stepping out onto the stage of the Liverpool Philamonic for 2 nights on the 28th and 29th of December with the aptly named Ken Dodd Happiness Show.
Ken, here we are in the Philharmonic Hall.
The Philharmonic.
And do you know, I found out a few minutes ago that you are one of their oldest clients.
Yes, in every way, yes. I think I did my very first Christmas show here about 25 years ago, probably over 25 years ago. And we keep coming back every year. It's it's like a window cleaning round. I keep coming back and tickling the Merseysiders. Because they don't just come from Liverpool, you know. The people who come to the Christmas show come from all over the world. Because people come back visiting their families. They come from America, they come from Scotland, from Ireland, from Wales. So you get a wonderful, wonderful audience.
And you're back here, obviously, this year,
We're back here this year, yes. Just after Christmas. When the Christmas pudding is settled, we're here on December the 28th and 29th. With the Ken Dodd variety show, Christmas variety show. It's not just me. You know, I've got some wonderful people with me. We've got a marvellous magicians, probably the best magicians in the world. These two. It's, now, what's his name now? Zuka and Susie Q. A beautiful girl he has with me. Saws her in half, throws the best bit away. Keeps the bit that eats. But we've got the magicians. We've got a marvellous act called Andante, which is a musical term meaning get on with it. This is a very beautiful lady and rather a plain man. And Andante, they do a fabulous musical act with exotic instruments they've collected from all over the world. The people who they've collected them from are going mad, but they're here with my show, Happiness Show. We have beautiful girls. Oh, the Star of Stars, he's on. Your special request, Arthur.
It's the Star of Stars, who's that?
Star of, the biggest name you've ever written about.
Oh, who's that?
Dickie Mint.
Oh, Dickie Mint.
Dickie Mint is coming to the Christmas show on December the 28th and 29th here at the Philharmonic. How about that?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Can't be better than that.
Yeah, oh, that's incredible.
Oh, I'm on as well, by the way.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
That's good.
I've got some new jokes and some new songs, so I'm on as well, yeah.
And you're mentioning Dickie Mint. Something I've always wanted to ask you. We've known each other many years, but
You don't tell I borrow money, do you?
would I? Would I?
No, because here
Would I try
it's a privilege, an honour, ladies and gentlemen. I feel so delighted to be here on eBay. This is the first. Pardon? It's not eBay. Not eBay. Oh, well, how just come knockerator. I'm to be here on Baywatch. It's not Baywatch. Why do you keep
Bay
saying-
TV.
Which?
Yeah, Bay TV.
Bay TV. Ah,
Liverpool's only local
Really?
TV station.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I know where the posh announcement from says. You know what I mean, like.
But question I've always wanted to ask
Yes,
you.
Arthur.
You are a comedian.
So they say.
You are a ventriloquist.
Alleged.
You are a singer that had a #1 that lasted for
Oh, I've 2 or 3 number ones.
weeks.
Happiness, Tears, The River. Yeah.
Yeah.
From a lad from Knotty, I've done quite well in the singing stakes. Yes.
Yeah, and you've also a respected actor, a Shakespearean actor.
I don't know about being respected, but I've done a bit of acting.
What?
I played Shakespeare. It was a draw, and I've just recently he rang up again. The man, the boss, the film man, Kenneth Allbrand. Kenneth Allbrand phoned me up and said, "Would I like to take part in his new version of Hamlet, the Liverpool Hamlet?"
The Liverpool Hamlet.
I'll do it for you. The Liverpool Hamlet.
Oh, got to hear this.
To be or not to be, or what? Liverpool Hamlet.
But you're all these things, Ken. What have you got on your passport as occupation?
Passport. Well, I'm in a bit of a cheek actually. Entertainer. Entertainer. It's a bit of a. Sorry about that, but you know, you got to. What can you do when your boots let in?
So
You've got to do something to earn a crust.
you'd like to be remembered as an entertainer.
I don't want to be remembered at all. I want people to come and laugh at me now. Come to the Liverpool Philamonic Hall, ladies and gentlemen, 28th and 29th.
Yeah.
We won't let you out until you've enjoyed yourself. Bring your chuckle mussels with you. And tickling sticks are there as well. These are brand new. If you pardon the expression, I'm not allowed to say it, on eBay. This is virgin wool.
Oh.
Not eBay.
But
not
that's
Baywatch.
But that's okay. That's the end. That's the end of this year when you're here at the Phil. But you've got other stuff at Warrington.
I'll be here next week as well. Next year as well, you know.
But Warrington's you got Warrington coming up locally.
Warrington.
As well, yeah.
This is our Christmas tour. We do Southport. We've just done Southport. Bradford, Hanley, the Liverpool Phil, and all round Merseyside.
And you're steaming on.
But the main one is right here, Liverpool Philharmonic. And if you come early, you can see them feeding the musicians. They throw them lumps of turkey and stuff like that.
But then you steam on into next year, don't you? You're still booked.
2016 next year, ladies and gentlemen. And I'd like to wish you all on Mersey TV Bay. I'd like to wish you all a very, very happy Christmas, a happy and healthy New Year, and a peaceful New Year for all of us. Yeah? Okay. And Dickie Mint too.
Can we just talk a second about some of the why Liverpool is so famous for comics?
You see my straight man. Liverpool, of course. Liverpool is the greatest showtown in the world. It is really, because from Liverpool, we've always exported. We export comedians and prime ministers. And when you think of all the fabulous entertainers who've hailed from Merseyside, it is really wonderful. You know, everybody, Arthur Askey, Ted Ray, Rob Wilson, Tommy Handley, all these wonderful people who wanted to tickle you and get your chuckle muscles working. Wonderful. Famous actors as well, you know, Rex Harrison, John Thor, all started the Playhouse there. But
are the people say you've got to be a comedian to come from Liverpool? I know it's corny, but do you think the people of Liverpool are themselves genuinely more funny than other places?
Merseyside, Liverpool, and they have a very special kind of humour, a very special kind of laughter making. I'll tell you why it is, because a long time ago, Liverpool was and is still the greatest port, but the ships used to come to Liverpool from all over the world, from America, from Scandinavia, from Ireland, from everywhere. All these sailors came to Liverpool to ply their trade of cargo moving. And some of them stayed here. Some of them stayed here from America, from Canada, from Sweden, from Norway. Some of them stayed here. If you want to see Scandinavia, there's a lovely church in Park Lane there, the Scandinavian church, absolutely gorgeous. But they all came here and they married Liverpool girls, Judies, they married Judies, and they all had their families here, and so they brought with them their religion and their sense of humour. Very important, their own particular style of laughter. And that's why the Liverpool sense of humour is this lovely. Liverpool is a city of diversity, but the humour of Liverpool is such a variety of all different nations, all blended into one wonderful population of comedians. Yeah, all of you.
Is that one of the reasons why you've never left? Because you still live in the house you were born in?
I still live in Knotty Ash, yes, but I have. When I was at the Palladium, I did the longest run there. I did it from Easter to Christmas, 42 and a half weeks. And I went back that was in 65, went back in 67 and did it again. But when I was in London, I lived in London, yes, and that was a lesson. Yes, one I won't forget. It's, have you ever thought what it was like to live in a car park? That's what it's like.
So Liverpool will always be home for you?
There's only one place in the world to build your nest, and that's Merseyside.
I'll close with one question, which I know you must be fed up with hearing. Will you ever retire again?
That's nice, isn't it? Eh? The end of the... Now he hints. No. No, I'll never hang my tickling stick up because it's a wonderful way of life. There's no bigger thrill, there's no wonderful experience to stand on a stage. See, I've got the best job in the world because I only see happy faces. I only see people laughing and smiling. That's a marvellous way of spending your life.
Ken Dodd, thank you very much indeed.
Young man, who is he? Is he from eBay? Baywatch? What's he called again? Mersey Bay.
From now on,
Don't
it's
be
eBay.
ashamed to say it.
From now on, it's going to be eBay TV Liverpool.
Liverpool TV. You work for them, do you?
Bay TV
Bay TV.
Liverpool. We've been known as in the past.
With that sort of
From now
haircut,
on.
Are you the managing director's secretary?
If he needs one, I'm there.
She's got a deep voice, hasn't she? That's Gladys. Bay TV. Strange people. What can you do? You've got to get it across. Philamonic, 28th, 29th. Be there.
Kenneth Arthur Dodd was born on the 8th of November 1927 in Knotty Ash, Liverpool. He's remained a citizen of Knotty Ash throughout his life. Early performance was as a member of the local St John's Church choir. At a later date, his singing would see him storming the pop charts in the 60s. Leaving school at 14, Ken worked for his father, who was a coal merchant. Spotting an advert in a comic book, he sent off sixpence in stamps to receive a book on ventriloquism. When his dad bought him a ventriloquist dummy, Ken started entertaining at various local community functions.
Ken Dodd, yes. By Jove. I remember Ken back in 1969, which was the first time that I met the Squire of Knotty Ash. I was a photographer back in those days. Wet behind the ears, 17-year-old, working for the Catholic Pictorial newspaper, and me and a colleague named Nuala Parsons, Nuala had swung the interview, went out to meet Ken at his mansion in Knotty Ash, and he very kindly invited us in and showed us round and did a celebrity interview with Nuala, and I did the pictures. And I well remember that the picture that I shot of Ken on that day was him with his pet poodle. And he'd also shown us some of his technical equipment. He was very keen on hi-fi, I remember, and had a vast library of books.
Well, I've never met Ken Dodd, and that's been deliberate on my part. I've seen him regularly. He worships at the Anglican Cathedral. And I think it brings out a different side to him. He's very quiet, very reflective, very calm, very spiritual. And I felt that it would be unfair almost to trouble him. So all we do is nod across the chapel, in particular of the aisle of the Lady Chapel. But it's rather beautiful to watch him coming in with his partner and sitting down and sharing Mass and quietly leaving. It's just a different side to him, I think, and it's one that the City of Liverpool and the Anglican Cathedral unleashes.
What is the spirit of Liverpool to you, Ken?
The spirit of Liverpool is, because it's a great city of diversity, people came here from all over the world, and some people came here to visit, and some people stayed. And that's why we have such a fabulous, wonderful, different sense of humour, because they brought their humour with them. They brought their humour from the Far East, from the Middle East, from America, even Widnes. They brought it there, and that's why we look at this Liverpool sense of humour. So the Liverpool spirit, for me, is of course laughter. From Liverpool, we export comedians and prime ministers, and we've got some wonderful comedians. That's right. And so I think the spirit of Liverpool is laughing. And why aren't you laughing?
There you go. You only had to ask. Ken's big break came in September 1954 when he made his professional stage debut at the Nottingham Empire. By 1958, Ken was topping the bill in Blackpool. By now, his act comprised rapid-fire one-liners interspersed with occasional songs suited to his fine, light baritone voice. By the 1960s, he was a national treasure, appearing in comic books, his own television and radio series, and regularly in the pop charts. His surreal creation of the Diddy Men became a favourite of children and adults alike.
Memories of Ken Dodd, reflections of Ken Dodd. I think there's two things that stick in my mind. One of them is the fact that whenever you go to see him, you're guaranteed 12 hours of performance, because I went to the Philharmonic to see him a few years ago. The family went in at 7 and we came out at 7 in the morning. I mean, it was that type of concert. It was 12 hours of pure quality. My other recollection of Ken Dodd is really when I was a lot younger, and I seem to remember, I mean, we're talking when I was like 3 or 4 years old here. We had the collection of Diddy Men in the house, and they were stolen except for one, which I absolutely held on to like it was the last toy that ever existed. And unfortunately, I took it out with me one day because I just wouldn't let it go. It was my comfort blanket, so to speak. And I took the Diddy Men with me and I left it on the bus, and that was it. It was lost forever. I just, even to this day, I'm 44 nearly now, and I still remember that little green Diddy Man that I had back then. So if anyone's found it on the Mersey Travel bus, please do send it back to me if you can. I would much appreciate it.
I joined up to a Facebook site, which I believe is still really called Arise Sir Ken, because I'm one of those people who believes that someone like Ken Dodd, who spent a huge number of decades entertaining not just the people of Merseyside but the whole country, indeed the world, should really get a knighthood, in my opinion. I took my 21-year-old stepdaughter to see Ken at Southport. This will be about 8 years ago. He just turned 80, and I wondered, with the age difference, whether she'd get it. And she got it, and she loved it, and I think we'll be trying to take her again to see Ken. It was a long gig. Muggins here was driving home, and I think it was 2:30 in the morning we finally got home after a 7 o'clock start in the evening. But it was wonderful. He's wonderful, and hopefully I will get to interview him again in my current job role.
Over the years, Ken has achieved many recording hits, charting on 19 occasions in the UK Top 40. His song Tears topped the pop charts for 5 weeks in 1965, at the height of Beatlemania, selling over 1 million copies, making it the UK's biggest selling single by a solo artist at that time. It remains one of the UK's biggest selling singles of all time.
Well, one thing a lot of people don't know about Ken is that he does an incredible amount for charity. I was on the Echo for, far too long, donkey's years. We used to ask him to accept cheques and things like that. Things like after the Hillsborough disaster, we put on loads of events, and he'd always turn up when asked. One of my little, rather prized possessions is this, which Ken gave to me when he invited me to the town hall when he got the Freedom of the City in May the 4th, 2001. And one of the reasons he got this, not just because he's one of the city's favourite comedians, if not the favourite comedian, but because of the amount that he raised for charity. And I think one thing that really sums up the way the people of Liverpool feel about him is some years ago, the Echo and Radio Merseyside got together and invited the people of the city, the whole of Merseyside, to vote for their favourite Scouser of all. Who won it? Ken Dodd. The previous year, McCartney and Lennon had got it jointly between them. So he's on a par with those. And of course, he knocked the Beatles off the number 1 slot with one of his favourite songs.
It's obvious that how much Merseyside means to you. You've never moved away.
I've been told to go.
What's your happiest memory here on Merseyside, and how has it changed over the years?
Well, now where we are now, this is Central Station. It used to be, with trains in, and I can remember a long, long time ago when you were a little twinkle in your mother's eye.
That long?
Yes, a long, long time ago, during the war.
Which war?
Remember the war?
Which war? There's been a few.
It was in all the papers.
All right.
During the war, the Burton Wood
Yeah.
was populated by mostly American soldiers. And the girls from Liverpool used to get the train from Central Station here about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and to Burton Wood. And we used to call it the Burton Wood Special. And they went out there to find Prince Charming, and some of them did.
As an actor, Ken Dodd has covered both ends of the spectrum, playing in Shakespeare and Doctor Who to critical acclaim. Ken has also appeared in the Guinness Book of Records for the world's longest ever joke-telling sessions, 1,500 jokes in 3.5 hours. He suggests people bring sandwiches and a flask to his lengthy stage shows, which often don't come to an end before midnight or after. Lewis Carroll, Lear, Ken Dodd. The connection is obvious. Something so British about those guys. Well, Liverpudlian, of course, in Ken's case. Ken Dodd, what do I remember? Phew, he's been with me through my whole life, it seems. Early days, I remember reading about him in comic books. There used to be a Ken Dodd strip in a couple of British comic weeklies back at the end of the 50s and into the 60s. And I get a really warm feeling thinking of Christmases back then. My whole family, grandparents, uncles, aunts, parents, brothers, would gather on the sofa on Christmas Day to watch Ken's Christmas special. He was that good. It was a major part of our lives. He was very, very special. Years later, I was very lucky because as a teenager, I was working backstage in an old music hall, and Ken often came there in Leeds, the City Varieties musical, to take part in the Good Old Days BBC TV show. And what a joy that was, just to be backstage watching this amazing entertainer. There's no difference to him on stage and off. The jokes just continue. Funny, hilarious. We would be weak with laughter by the end of his show. Weak with laughter and hunger, it has to be said. The shows went on and on and on. Sheer joy. Never laughed so much in my life as at Ken Dodd's shows. Do I like him? I love Ken Dodd. In 1982, Ken Dodd was awarded the OBE by Queen Elizabeth II for his services to show business and charity. Ken Dodd's career links the 21st century with the warmth, humour and love of the music hall era, for he is without doubt a comedian and entertainer of the people.